we're back in the booth.
Yes.
We've been to Spannabis.
Yes, we have.
We were there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
Big event, very busy, very, very interesting, lively event.
A manic event, to be honest with you.
It was
great. The atmosphere was vibrant.
Yes.
Buzzing. Happy. Enjoyable.
Good food. Good
weather.
Weed,
yeah.
Good weather.
Yes.
It was very nice.
Yes. Everybody was smoking cannabis, walking around freely, smoking cannabis.
Did you notice one fight or one argument?
No,
I didn't. What would happen if you put how many people were there? 2,000?
I don't know. Can't quote
Let's
me.
say 2,000.
There was a lot of people there.
2,000 people there. What would have happened if 2,000 people all smoking alcohol were in the same
smoking
room
alcohol?
together?
That would be interesting. I've never seen alcohol smoked. But if they were smoking alcohol, I'm sure it would have been absolute mental.
Alcohol smoke.
Just everybody looked a lot awful red-eyed and a lot tired.
Yeah. I'm rewind. I'm starting the podcast again. They were drinking alcohol and smoking cannabis.
Drinking alcohol and smoking cannabis.
But if everybody was drinking alcohol, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Heavily, there would have been lots of arguments. There potentially would have been lots of fights. Smoking
But it
cannabis,
wasn't
though,
that.
is a much more pleasurable atmosphere to be
It
around.
was a very, very, very fun atmosphere.
It was.
There
I
was
had
a
a
lot
great
going
time.
on. I didn't get the chance to get even halfway around the show.
No.
I got kidnapped by some of my old friends that I haven't seen for ages.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Fernando and Garden Hypro for looking after me. Thank you very much. It was good to see you, Fernando. As always.
You do need looking after.
Yeah. He looked after me very well. I had a really good time. I had a fun time. Back to reality.
Yes. Back to work.
Now we have to interpretate all of the stuff that we've seen and
that eyes and that ears.
Yes, and relay this information back through podcast
and YouTube.
Yes.
If you didn't make it to Spannabis, do not worry. We have got a blog video.
Yes.
So, which I'm being told is going to be about half an hour long this year.
Yeah, and it's not going to be ready just yet. We've got
No, they're working on it very quickly as we speak.
We've got millions of gigatrons of data.
Yeah, even the Transformers didn't have as much data as we've
got. The Transformers have phoned us up and said, oh my God, these are overloaded on data capacities. So basically that means we've got everybody at the computers. I'm looking through the booth window now and I'm looking at like 5 guys all on computers, all editing.
And then you're forgetting the guy behind the booth who's in the quiet room, Josh.
Yeah.
Who's working on it.
Josh has basically got the computer system up and running so all of these can feed off it and send their data stuff
to each other.
Yeah. And make data
geeks.
love. Yes. So there's going to be a lot of visual stuff to see as well over the next couple of weeks coming from us.
Yeah, well, we actually blogged the recording of we created a Spannabis video, a purely Spannabis video. It's nothing to do with, you won't see much of NPK on there. There's just a video about Spannabis, and if you missed it, what it was like. Then there's the blog video of us recording Spannabis, and then there's also videos that we've done for Canna, we've done Dutch Pro, Autopot.
A lot of companies, so you'll be able to look at
Hypro,
what them companies had to say, what had to offer, what products they've got, what they've got to say about their products, what they've got to say about the show, the impact they have upon the show, and just all aspects of the show.
Yeah. So I did some podcasts while I was out.
Yeah, you did.
Unfortunately, and I mean this with from the bottom of my heart, we had a data error on one of the podcasts.
So basically,
with Jason from Autopot.
Shit went wrong.
Yeah.
And it was our friend Jason's.
Yeah. I'm gutted because he actually admitted on podcast that Stephen is a better chili grower than him.
Oh, did he?
He didn't say it in like that order, but I made him say Stephen.
Well, he actually what he did actually say to me is, while you wasn't listening, that he likes me better than you.
Did you get it on podcast? No. The file was corrupted. So
the files were corrupted. So I'm sure we're going to have to go down and see Jason and do another podcast.
Yes, well, we are. We're going to go and see Jason in the next few months and do the Autopot NPK show filming at his ranch.
At the ranch.
Yeah, he's going to fly us in.
Okay.
On the Autopot helicopter.
Are we going for a meal somewhere soon?
We are.
Yes. When?
I
like meals.
I know you do. They sustain you and keep you alive.
Especially when they're free.
Oh, who's this one on? Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking us out for something to eat.
Oh, that's good.
And he knows a good restaurants. Right. I want to get into it. What's the first, Coatsy, what is the first podcast we're going to listen to?
Yes.
From Spannabis?
From Spannabis. You tell us.
You tell us.
You tell us, Stephen.
I tell you.
Yes. You tell us and we tell
pick one randomly and introduce it. Mammoth P, yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the first podcast, the Spannabis, is Mammoth P.
The phosphorus solubilizing bacteria in a bottle.
So the little fungy things that are in the bottle.
Yeah, we had Colin on the podcast.
The little critters.
About 6 to 8 weeks ago.
Yeah,
great
beneficial
podcast.
critters, which are quite complicated, but are very, very good at doing what they do.
Yeah. I hooked up with him at Barcelona. He was having an amazing time.
You actually hooked up with him?
I hooked up.
I hope his wife and your partner doesn't know this.
Hooked up means things in different languages. You're going like the American hooked up. You'll be hooked up.
Where's he from?
America.
Okay.
Yeah. So we met on the stage, and we had a good chat. Here it is, Coatsy. Do the Mammoth P podcast, bro.
Right, so we're back again. We've got Colin from Mammoth P. How are you, Colin?
Really good. Thanks a lot, Stephen. How are you?
I'm very good. And we've got Andy from WHG.
How goes it, guys? Well,
this is a good partnership, Mammoth P with WHG, keeping it low key. That's the limits of my rap power now.
I can't get NPK in there, I'm afraid.
Mammoth P, no, it doesn't go, does it? Hey? So you've been on tour for a good few months now. We were just saying, when was the last time that you were home longer than a week?
Yeah, it's been a long time, since sometime in 2017. I don't even know when, Stephen. It's been a while. So we're going to be traveling through Europe, though, which I'm really excited about. Spain for a couple weeks. Israel, I'm going to spend a solid 2 weeks in the UK. And so I'm really excited about that. Come on out and see me. We're going to go see you. And then finishing up in Berlin before I head back home, do another US tour, then back over here, back over to see you, and then through South America a little bit, South America, where we're also selling product. Mammoth P.
Listen, that's what it takes to get a product out there on a world scale. There's nothing better than the boss, the big man, doing it all himself.
You've got to put the mileage in. It's as simple as that. You've got to. You know, we've been lucky in the UK in so much that it really hit the ground running. You know, we had obviously a huge following in America, and we piggybacked on the back of that. And thanks to the guys such as yourselves doing the podcasts, it's really, really helped. So thank you.
Yeah, man. It's easy when it's a good product, though, and we said all this on the podcast last time with you, didn't we? But it's a good product, sell themselves. Doesn't need much fancy marketing. Just get growers aware, get them knowing what Mammoth P is all about, and that's what it's doing.
I totally agree. Yeah, and I'll second what Andy said. Your support and everything you're doing, it's about the synergies of this culture and this community working together. We're all on the same page. Rising tide raises all ships, and we're all in it together.
Yeah. So what have you thought about Spannabis? Is this like your first year here?
We were in Madrid last fall. We were here walking the show last March, and so this is the first year Mammoth P or Mammoth Microbes has had a booth, and it's amazing. You know what's most amazing? All the UK growers that are coming over, telling us how much they love us and how much they just love what's going on in the UK and growing, and we love to support them. But then again, we have so many supporters from Chile, from Colombia, from Uruguay, from Argentina that are coming to visit us, among the growers in Spain. So it's just a really interesting global event that's happening here.
Do you know what I think as well? I've been saying to everyone, the listeners will be bored now, but there's a mad vibe here. It's like really upbeat, positive, energetic. Last year seemed a little bit more relaxed.
It did seem a bit dour last year, for want of a better word. And I think this year as well, they seem to have controlled the flow in a lot better. So it's been a lot more consistent rather than having these big waves of like 100 people coming through. So it's been a lot easier to talk to people and be able to get your message across for sure.
Colin, we're going to have you back definitely in the NPK Live booth when you're back in April. Is that April?
Yeah, so I think
Something like
we're
that.
Thursday the 4th, somewhere around there. I can't think off the top of my head.
So we're going to go deeper into Mammoth P, deeper into microbes, and have a good chat about what I'd really love to get into with you, Colin, is the difference between the UK and the US, and what sort of differences you've picked up, because you've done big tours about.
Oh yeah, that's going to be amazing. Everywhere across the US is different. Again, UK is different, here is different, and since I've been everywhere, I have that perspective, which is really fun. We'll talk about it.
I don't think anyone's toured more than you in the last 6 months, so there's no one better to do that podcast.
Cool. Boom.
I'm going to leave it with you. Have a great rest of your day, and Andy, take it easy. Be back soon, guys. Bye-bye.
I always love a podcast with Colin. He's coming back in a few weeks, actually. He's back in the UK in April.
Oh.
So we talked about Mammoth P products last time.
Yeah.
We're going to get into even more depth about the microbes used.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be great.
Whoop-de-doo.
I might handcuff you to the side of the booth.
Okay.
Well, of course, when we get to go to Spannabis, Barcelona, we get to meet up with some of our very good friends from the industry. And I captured Eric from Garden Culture.
Eric from Garden Culture. Oh, well.
And he was with Paul Crunk from Adjust the Wings.
Yeah.
But I captured Eric on the Saturday evening, and he must have had a very good Friday night. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, well, yes, he did have a good night because he spent some of the night with me.
He did.
And he thought the gangplank to get on the boat was a diving springboard. And wanted to see how much he could make it spring by jumping up on the end of it as high as he could.
Are we still speaking about the springboard here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I just stood there with my head in my hands thinking, please don't let this thing break.
Imagine if it snapped.
It would have been funny. It would have been a hell of a video.
Hilarious.
But then
we wouldn't be getting the boat next year.
No.
Right. If anyone who knows Eric knows that when he's on the phones here, he does not shut up. So this may come as a bit of a shock to you because he was pretty quiet on this podcast. He was feeling a little bit rough.
A bit worse for wear, I'll say.
Yeah. Let's hear it, Eric.
I've bumped into Eric from Garden Culture. How are we?
Doing great, Stephen.
I've also bumped into Paul from Adjust the Wings.
Yeah, how you going? How's enjoying Spannabis?
Yeah. This year, I've been saying to everyone, feels like a bit different. Feels like a more upbeat vibe. What are you feeling?
What is it?
A more upbeat vibe. Seems like last year just seemed.
Upbeat vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't up with your accent. Yeah,
yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it?
It does seem a bit more upbeat, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Last year just seemed a little bit more mellow.
I think a lot of people got sick last year. A lot of people got the flu. I did.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible. Yeah, like 5,000 people got sick last year.
5,000.
That's what I heard.
I have regular conversations with Eric on the phone for like hours at a time, and I think this is put a microphone and then he goes super quiet. What have you got to say now, Eric?
I love you, Stephen.
I love you too. What are we expecting on the next edition of Garden Culture?
We're coming out with the great hydro survey again. So we surveyed over 100 shops in the UK, asked them a bunch of questions, what they like, and I will be publishing all those statistics so you guys can see exactly what's going on in the UK.
Is that in April?
Yep, about a month.
Nice, happy days, happy days. Right, we're going to mosey on, leave you to it because I can see the Friday night has been taking its toll on you guys. I got a good solid 6 hours.
I got 6.5.
6.5. No. There's no way you walked past all them clubs last night and went straight home.
I didn't say that.
You've definitely had a few shandies last night.
I just slept in a little later than you, I think.
Yeah, probably. Right.
I'm still traveling on pure jet lag, you know.
You got to keep that going. Once that jet lag hits, you're going to fall.
It's free drugs, that's what jet lag is.
I'm going to mosey on. I'll catch up with you soon, yeah? Thank you very much.
Yeah, have fun.
Instagram.
Thank you. Instagram, Garden Culture Magazine.
Got your Instagram?
At Adjust the Wings 420.
Lovely. Catch up with you soon. See you in a bit.
Do you want to just repeat that behaviour, Thomas?
You know how I roam in a jungle, and I'm too like big and a hot and a mix and I come like this, bop, bop, bop.
We were about to speak to Veg Bloom, but Thomas is getting carried away with his Jamaican rapping rhymes.
When my pants are too big and my hat don't fit. Anyway, so Veg and Bloom.
Well, that was Eric and Paul from Adjust the Wings and Eric from Garden Culture. A bit worse for weather. I think Paul had a little bit of a troubled time understanding my accent. He had to speak slowly.
Well, it's not hard with the state of your accent.
No, it's not.
So, obviously, nobody can really understand your accent because it's your accent.
I'm much more BBC than you are. I can tone it down a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Podcast.
You know, if it would have been me doing the interviews, but you wouldn't let me, they would have understood everything quite clearly.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yes.
Anyway.
Next one.
Yes.
We had Veg Bloom. He was on the Autopod stand. I thought, what a great time to try and capture him and find out when the hell Veg Bloom's coming to the UK.
More microbials.
There's some microbials, but this is a complete powdered feed.
Yes.
I've been getting the hate mail on Instagram because I did a podcast and the product's not available to buy yet.
Oh.
So
sorry, coming soon.
Well, he tells us when it's available, so I'll let him tell you as well.
Yeah, so here you go.
Right, so all of you moaning bastards that get in touch, I'm only messing, I love yous all really, and are asking about when Veg Bloom's in the UK, we've bumped into Veg Bloom. Yeah, how's it going?
All is well, how are y'all?
Yeah, man, keeping well. Everyone I'm bumping into seems very fatigued. It's like everyone's partying Friday night. What did you get up to?
Shit, I just got in today, so I'm already jet lagged from being in New Zealand.
Yeah. Is that where you flew in from?
I flew in from, I went to the U.S. and then then straight over here. So I've only been back to the U.S. 2 days from a month in New Zealand.
Nice. A month in New Zealand. Oh, beautiful country, New Zealand, isn't it?
Unreal.
Yeah. Well, like my parents went on their honeymoon in New Zealand and said it's the most beautiful country in the world.
It really is.
Yeah. So if any I know there's a few subscribers in New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand, beautiful country. I'm gonna have to come and visit soon. Get Thomas to pay for it.
There we go.
So when are we gonna expect Veg Bloom? When can people buy it in the UK?
So we've been working on the registration and forms of distribution on how to get the products here. We've got that all worked out. So we're looking I'm hoping within, say, the next 45 days, 30 to 45 days.
So just in time for Easter, maybe?
Easter.
Yeah.
Good gift.
Yeah, very nice gift. It'd be on our We're trying to get it a little bit earlier if we can, but if not, 45 days, and we're going to do a big promotion on our website, so we'll get it out to everybody that's been casing us for it. You're looking at about 45 days, maybe a couple of months, and fingers crossed. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, and you've got lots of people to meet. Thank you very much for stopping by.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you
take
guys.
it easy, take it easy.
We have next up, Paul from Budmaster.
Paul was having an awesome weekend.
Was he really?
He was really having a good weekend. He just looked happy.
Well, I didn't get to see most of the guys because the show was just that hectic.
Hectic? Was it hectic or hectic?
It was hectic earlier in the day, and then it got very hectic later on.
That must be the plural of hectic.
Obviously.
When there's more than one.
Don't you ever read anything?
Well, I'm a hectician. It's one of the subjects I studied at university.
Yeah, I was studying that. Well, yeah, it was dead busy.
Well, when I ran into Paul, I thought to capture him. He seemed very happy. I thought I'd find out what he was all happy about.
And what was that?
He was just smoking lots of medicine.
Oh, okay. So happy Paul smoking lots of medicine.
Let's hear what he had to say.
Right, we're back. We're recording. We're with Paul from Budmaster. How are you, Paul?
Hello, I'm good. Loving Spannabis. Yourself, Stephen?
I am loving Spannabis. I've done it differently this year, though. I have chilled a little bit out on the Friday, so I'm quite awake and active and ready for work. It seems like everyone else has been partying on the Friday. Have you been partying, Paul?
A little bit, but to be honest, it was mainly the busiest Friday ever since we've been here.
Yeah, in the show?
Yeah, it was non-stop, continual flow of people. It was hats off to Spannabis. There's so many people here yesterday. So we all weren't expecting it. So we went out on Thursday night and then had a really heavy Friday.
Yeah, so you've had the I was saying to Jason as well that it does seem like it's a bit of a different vibe. I don't know what it is about it, but it just seems more... I can't even put my finger on it.
About it this year, I don't know. It just seems to be more active, more younger crowd this year than usual. I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've got Peter from Highlights walking past us as well. We've actually got it working. How are you, Peter?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Good. We may as well get two in one here. We've got two legends of the industry together sharing the mic. How have you found the Spannabis this year?
Very good. Not working this year, so it's just been walking around having a good time.
I wondered why there was a big smile on Peter's face.
Yeah, working is hard, man.
Listen, we're going to be over on the Budmaster stand. We're going to be taking pictures. You got a few new products coming out this year as well, haven't you?
Yeah, later in the year we've got a couple of really nice new products coming out and a few changes to Budmaster as well. Nice. So, yeah, we can't talk too much about them right now.
Paul's had a good Thursday and Friday night, done a lot of work. So what we're going to do is we're going to book Paul in for a podcast in the next few months, and we'll get right into the depth of all the new Budmaster LEDs and what you've got coming up for 2018, yeah?
No problem, we'll look forward to it.
Paul, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to chat with Peter. Thank you very much. Take it easy, catch up with you soon. Peter, we're working again now.
We are.
So we had a bit of an issue before where the SD card wasn't formatting. So Peter,
I stomped off in a strop.
Peter had a big
Hissy fit.
hissy fit. What do you call it when the celebrities they haven't got the right colour grapes? Yeah, Peter the Diva. That's what we're going to call him from now on. But so have you been walking around the show? What stood out for you, Peter?
There's a lot more CBD here than there was before. Lots of people are really moving that forward. Apart from that, a lot of things seem to be nearly the same as last year. A few different trimming machines that look like they're not going to work.
Listen,
and make you cry.
That T4 though, that T4 has been tested and it works really well.
Yes, yeah, it does. I mean, I don't disagree with that. There's another one that's bladeless that I saw over the way that looks like some sort of thrown together washing machine.
I've seen one where it's It's a washing bag, and you shake it.
Yeah, right.
That works pretty well as well.
Oh, right,
And you can get them for pretty cheap.
Yeah. Anything that doesn't cut it down to nothing is a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. So there's I've been asking everyone. There seems like there's a real good vibe this year. It
Yes,
feels
it
like
does.
there's a lot going on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, lots of smiley, happy people. Yeah, it's good. It's a good atmosphere.
Happy days. Well, I would say that we'd get Peter on for a podcast in the future, but last time he was on, he slated me for calling a cave a non-man-made hole. So and he said, "What a cave!" I was like,
Yeah, sorry.
so I haven't invited him back since then. The only person to ever make me look properly silly on the podcast.
That's right. Yeah, I believe we're going to test some carbon filters at some point.
Yes, we are for the NPK show on YouTube. We're going to be testing some filters, airflow. I'm going to show the industry what are airflow and box fans and ice maxes and who all the other competitors are really about.
Yeah, we're using a different system now to test velocity of fans that's non-intrusive, so we'll be able to get a good, accurate.
And this is not just from somebody who just happens to make fans. Aren't you actually a chimney engineer?
I used to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
So airflow is second nature to my man Peter. Peter, I'm going to let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time, and we'll catch up soon.
Cheers.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Well, that was Paul, and dead quickly at the exact same time I was just finishing up with Paul, Peter from Highlight. He popped along. He also looked very happy, so I thought I'd get him into a headlock.
Well, Peter is one of my oldest friends.
He's a young old friend. Don't be mean now.
Oh,
I consider you old,
Thanks.
but you're one of my older friends.
Yeah, well, I did actually bump into Peter at the show.
Did you?
As well.
Did you
Yeah,
have a good chat with him?
Yeah, I did.
Excellent.
Good to see him.
He remembers I'm going to kidnap him from Highlight for 2 days and come and do air extraction for the
We
YouTube
have been
show.
saying this for forever.
5 years.
5 years.
He's a hard person to capture.
Yeah, 5 years we've been saying we're going to get him on the show to do that air and extraction.
Hurry up, Peter. We're waiting for you. The people are waiting for air and extraction.
And what did you talk about?
Just what was going on in the show and why he was so happy.
Okay.
He was also very happy, it turns out, because he was smoking lots of cannabis.
Okay.
So let's hear what Peter had to say.
Yeah, cool.
I bumped into Peter. I've just managed to kidnap him for 30 seconds because I've got to interview the legends.
Hello. Hello to the UK.
Hello to the world. This is a world podcast.
It's the world.
It's the world. Hello, the world.
Hello, world.
Apparently, they've got a new Peter. Peter wants his coffee, so I've just literally kidnapped him. So say hello again to everyone. What's Spannabis been like this year for you? All good?
Today, yeah, it's very good. We expect a lot of people, and it's good for us.
Excellent. I'm really looking forward to getting into this very secretive booth. Do you know what's going on in there?
Yeah, it's a special experience.
A special experience.
You're going down and see the whole root zone.
Oh, yes. Listen, let's get in there. Peter, I'm going to let you go and have your coffee. Thank you for stopping.
Okay, thank you.
Take it easy.
We're doing an audiobook with our friend Richard.
We are. For the people, because you know what's great about audiobooks? You can double task.
Yeah, but you know what? We were supposed to do this ages ago, and Richard blamed me and said it was my fault.
Yeah, it was actually my fault.
I know. So there you go, Richard. If you're listening to this podcast, we have just had an open confession of Stephen. It was not my fault.
I think
we
this
were
file
doing
might
it.
get corrupt as well. And we'll never ever release
Oh, well, wouldn't that be convenient? Yes, so we're doing an audio book.
Yeah, it's going to go into Audible. I actually subscribe
My
to
type
Audible.
of bloody book.
Is one you can listen to.
Yes, because I can't be asked reading books. So
Yeah.
this type of book, that's why I'm keen to do it.
Because you can put it on in the car.
Yeah.
And then
A lot
listen
of
to
my friends and colleagues will be happy to listen to the book.
it. Yeah.
You know, it's a lot easier when you're in the car, you're driving along, traffic jam, whatever. It's great. You can just listen to what's going on. And yeah,
Learn at the
I
same
think
time.
it's going to be interesting. It's going to take a long time for us to do. A lot of
yeah.
recording.
He's got 3 books.
Oh,
And
we've got the first one up is the Grower's Guide.
Yeah, for cocoa. The
For
Grower's Guide for cocoa.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to get him in the booth. Coates's going to mix and master. And the NPK media team are going to help Richard Hamilton produce his Grower's Guide Audible book.
Oh, what?
Audible book.
Wait, is what?
I meant to say audio book, and then my brain said, no, say audible. And then my
Audible.
lips went,
Is It's Audible audio book.
yes.
Okay, cool. Well, that's up and coming. We're going to get...
We're going to get cracking on that soon.
Yes.
We probably could actually even release it as a podcast. It'd be really long, but we'll see what we do. This is the interview with Rich Hamilton from The Grower's Guide.
His battery's gone. You know what? The problem with this world is we rely too much on batteries. And electric.
The world's run on electric. It's as simple as that. I'm a huge sci-fi fan, right?
Yeah.
And the biggest crux I have You know, like Independence Day, you kill the mothership, everyone else dies, right? That's bullshit. But here we are, 2017, you take away internet and electricity, that's it, we're dead.
Rich Hamilton from the Growers Guide can actually go back in time because it's 2018 now.
Oh shit, yeah, it is.
He's that much into sci-fi. How many times have you gone back in time?
Well, I was back in time last night, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm with Rich Hamilton from the Growers Guide, the 3 series books on bubblers, cocoa and organics. And what we're here to do today is prove how good a quality we can do for the audiobook, the up-and-coming audiobook.
Yep.
Amazon.
Wow. Amazon's just a start. Yeah.
So we're going to basically, we came down, it was my fault, he came down for the Mills open day. I was chilling around, I'm like, yes, nice to meet you. Completely forgot what, like we'd discussed a few weeks earlier. And then as you were getting off, you went, oh, we'll talk about the audiobook next time. I was like, fuck, that's what we were meant to speak about. So we're speaking about the audiobook. 3 books. Cocoa, Coir and Soil.
We have 3 books. Book 1 is Cocoa and Soil. Book 2 is Bubblers, DWC. Book 3 is Organics. So what we want to do is we want to turn this into an audio book that's easy to listen to, has stage-by-stage chapters, and also has an online content. So when you're listening to the audiobook, what you can do is also go online via the NPK website and look at those stages if you have any sort of misunderstanding of where it is. So it's going to be audio content, which is linked in with the web content through NPK and their studio.
Perfect, happy days. I reckon are we gonna get it on, what do I use? I use a program, Audible, which is another side company. Have you heard of Audible?
I have, yeah.
Are we going to get it on Audible?
So it's going to go on Audible. At the moment, it's already on iTunes as a digital download in 27 different countries. But when we go into Audible, what we want to do is we can actually collaborate the text document with the audio document.
Yeah.
So then you have a choice then. You can either read it and go through and download those files and that word, or you can listen to it and follow the page as you go through. So it's pretty innovative, and we're the only people that are going to be doing it in the growing industry that are taking that next step to advance, to reach everybody that has the right to, learn about what they want to do.
Well, the quality of this audiobook is going to be phenomenal because we've got Coatsy, and when you're listening back to this, are we good on the sound quality here, Coates? And there's a lot of noise going on, a lot of hustle and bustle. Spannabis 2018. How have you found it so far, the show?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's absolutely great. It's the show of Europe. Everybody's here. All the shops are here. All the distributors are here. Everybody who's everybody, including NPK, are here. So it's got to be the best show in Europe.
Definitely. You went to what show did you go to in the US a few months back?
So I've been to a couple of shows in the US, but I went to MJ BizCon, which is the biggest cannabis convention in the world. They had the tally count at the end of the day was 18,102 ticket payers in, and the minimum ticket price was $700. So you're talking 9 million straight off the door.
Wow. Do you want to start a conference?
Well, I'd love to. Here in the UK and in Europe, it's a multi-million-pound business, thousands of pounds. But in America, the green rush has started. It's real, and there it's a multi-billion-pound company. It's huge monies and huge profits. And what I want to do is I don't want the big corporate to take over. I want to give it to the people so it's available for everybody. So if you have the right to grow, you have the right to grow at home, then you can do that, and you have the knowledge available to do that.
Perfect. So, listen, we're going to wrap it up. We're just doing short segments with people here. You're going to hear the Growers Guide on Audible very soon. We're in the producer Coatsy. We're going to be using Richard's voice, the delectable tones of Birmingham.
Aye. 0121.
Tell them what's your Instagram so they can follow you.
It's the Growers Guide.
Perfect. So you'll be able to see. And you're big into skateboarding, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm huge in skateboarding and graph. So I've been writing and rolling since I was 11. So
that type of theme style, it's obvious on the Instagram feed, the Growers Guide. And if you haven't had a chance and you're into reading, give the Growers Guide the book. What I'll say about it is it's very visual. So it's not like a book really. It's like a really comprehensive book magazine, lots of colourful pictures, lots of stuff that we actually use in the industry. So you as a grower will flick through it and go, oh, I use that. Oh, I've seen on the shelf. I've been meaning to use that. So take me hats off to you. Really good set of books. and I can't wait for any more editions to come out.
That's great, thanks. And also in the back, there's a colouring in section for Tom.
Thomas is colouring in section in the back of the book, so we need plenty more books because he runs out of crayons every now and again. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to head over, do some more interviews, catch up with you all soon.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much, Rich.
Pleasure, mate.
See you soon.
So next up is a favourite of mine. Big fan, I am.
Yeah.
Of Kyle Cushman.
Yeah.
Lucky for you, you got to speak to him, and I never.
Well, I actually, Spannabis 2017, I messaged Kyle, said, is there any chance we can get you on podcast? And he was like, yeah, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me. And I just didn't get round to it. 2017, Spannabis was a bit mad.
Yeah.
We just didn't really get that much done. This year, we did.
Yeah.
I tracked him down.
Yeah.
I seen him.
You did.
And I captured him.
You captured Kyle Cushman.
Kyle Cushman.
From
California.
California.
With his Vega Matrix line.
With his Vega Matrix.
We only want to smoke the cleanest medicine.
The cleanest medicine. So, big shout out to Kyle Cushman. I'm gutted that I didn't get to speak to you and chat with you. Stephen hunted you down successfully. Yes. And everyone, this is what Kyle Cushman has got to say.
Let's go.
Right, we're still here, cracking on. It has been a good event so far at Spannabis. I'm with Kyle Cushman. How are you doing, Kyle?
Hey, brother. I'm great, man. I'm in Europe. I'm in Spain.
Listen, Kyle's just been showing me some photos. It's the Vega Matrix line that Kyle's at Spannabis today, showcasing what proper, clean nutrients can do for people's medicine. He's just been showing me some photos, and they were phenomenal. You know, when we say plants are praying, like these were worshipping the lights. These were praying.
Yeah, you know, leaf angles like this, you know, pointing straight up in the air. And that comes from a high rate of photosynthesis. Yeah. And that comes from feeding your plants health food. You know how you feel when you eat junk food, right? Yeah. You go out and you eat 2 meals of McDonald's in a row, right? One is okay, right?
Yeah.
You know, but then if you start feeding it all the time, you feel really, really bad. But when when you take care of yourself and you eat well, you feel really good. Well, that's why those plants are praying like that.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, you know, it's not likely if you're big into the industry, you just don't know about Kyle Cushman. Go on his Instagram, Kyle Cushman 420, and you've got High Times Awards. You've been in the industry for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, this is my 30th year. Literally put my first plants in the ground in 1987.
That's the year I was born, Kyle.
Yeah. So I was laying the foundation for you to come along and have all this fun.
That's what I'm saying. You know when we do good things or we try and do good things in the industry, I always say you stand on the shoulders of giants. Kyle, you're definitely a giant in the industry.
Oh,
so
thank you, brother.
One thing, thank you very much for taking this little bit of time. You're very busy, people interested in your nutrients, and I'm gonna crack the whip now. If we don't get you into the UK in 2018, I'm going to have to come out to Cali and see you.
You're gonna Shanghai me?
I'm going to Shanghai you. Lock you in the back of my booth and get you into the booth in Liverpool.
I have a feeling I'd wake up and I wouldn't be sad. I wouldn't be angry.
No, we'd medicate. We'd definitely medicate.
Okay, good.
Well, listen, pleasure. Thank you very much for taking some time.
Thank you.
It's an honour to interview you. And I can't wait to get you into Liverpool and do a proper podcast.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Take it easy. Speak to you soon.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, man.
So, last but not least.
Certainly not least.
Yes, they're certainly not least.
The billionaire of bud.
The billionaire of bud is Arjan. Yeah, a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Bumped into him in the show, said hello and hi. Had a nice little chat with him. And then you got in there and got a nice little...
Thank you very much to Jan, who basically sent me a DM when Arjan was available so I could get back to the greenhouse stand.
Because he's a really extremely busy guy.
Yes.
So big shout out to Arjan. Thank you very much for giving my team the time of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Because I know you've got a busy schedule and just a lot of respect to you. Thank you very much for that.
And thank you very much for all the work that you've done in the industry as well.
Yeah.
I've seen some old pictures of him and he's been doing this shit for a long time.
Yeah.
So take me hats off to you. I can legitimately say an industry legend.
And it's good to see you still got your same key team members around you. Also good colleagues. So yeah, it was good to see you out there. And here is
the final podcast
with Arjan.
With Arjan
from Strain Hunters.
Right, it's near the end of the day now at Spannabis. I thought I'd wrap it up with an industry legend. Arjan, Strain Hunters, how are you?
I'm really doing great.
Yeah, working hard as always.
Yeah, expanding as always.
The stand, I was saying to Jan before, the stand looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
Much, like it seems to get better every year.
Yeah, well, we have the organic look now. We put out our bio line.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great success. So we want to be a little bit more organic, you know.
Yeah.
Make people aware that we should smoke organic and, you know.
Clean medicine.
Clean medicine. Yesterday we won the Clean Solvent Prize for Spain. You probably heard about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good thing, you know.
Excellent. So people using the Strain Hunters line on their medicine, and then you won the award for the cleanest solvents.
Yeah.
Happy days. Spannabis, you've been here many times.
Yes.
This year, I've been going on all day. This year seems to have a real buzz about it. It's something really nice. It's a great atmosphere. Do you feel the same thing? How do you think it's been
Well,
going?
the whole industry is growing, so you can see a lot of happy people walking around here, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the buzz you're probably feeling, you know.
Yeah. Happy days. What's up? What's 2018 going to store for Strain Hunters?
Well, we are setting up the very big facility in Canada. You probably heard of that. So we're putting out a big glass house, 3,500 lights. We are working in Congo with the government. We're putting out a very big project there. We just built 20 glass houses and doing a lot of things there. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Happy days. Listen, I won't take up much more of your time. It's been a very long day. It's very warm in here. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the weekend. Speak to you soon, Arjan.
Good luck with your podcast.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
So that has been podcast 143, Spannabis 2018. We've heard from people that were at the show. We've heard from our team. A lot of them, it was their first Spannabis. They are no longer Spannabis virgins, and they're looking forward to going back next year. Hallam, I can see in the background there. You thoroughly enjoyed it. And thank you very much for listening. Next week, we have Jim from Plant Success and Great White, and Andy with his lovely singing voice. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for listening to us this week.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week.
Thank you very much.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.
What is this? What is this? What is this?